Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy Jay Min. And look, y'all, the NFL draft is officially over. So y'all know what time it is. It's time to talk about how I feel with what the Steelers did in the draft. The picks they got, the picks they picked, you know what I'm saying? Let's try to get some information. Now, before we do anything, I want to give a huge shout out to you guys. Appreciate all the love support. We're still on the road to 5K subs, and make sure to like subscribe button for more. You know what I'm saying? Now look. Y'all seen how I felt about the Derek Carmen pick. I like that pick, even though I felt if Shedeur was there, I would have went with Shedeur because to me the value was there, right? But we ended up going Derek Carmen. And again, when I give my opinion on these players that the Steelers selected today, this is my opinion. I hope every single player that they pick today is a future Hall of Famer and a future superstar. It's nothing to these kids that they got. It's just how I feel about it as a fan, okay? So it's nothing personal. So obviously, we didn't have a second round pick because we got DK Metcalf, which I'm not upset about that. You know what I'm saying? Our second round pick was DK Metcalf. I'm not upset with that at all, right? We picked in the third round. We get a running back from Iowa, Caleb Johnson, right? Now, if I'm correct, right? I've seen film on Caleb Johnson, and I watched film on Derek Hartman as well. But when I watched film on Caleb Johnson, I'm gonna give this pick, an A minus. Okay, I'm gonna give the Derek Hartman pick an A, but I'm gonna give the Caleb Johnson an A minus. The reason I'm gonna give Caleb Johnson an A minus is because Caleb Johnson is a sneaky. He can be sneaky good. Like his size as a running back is NFL. The guy is he looks like he's a big running back, but he's pretty quick for his size. He actually reminds me of a Le'Veon Bell, and that's not me being biased because you just want to compare him to a good player. That's not what that is. If you actually watch his film, what really shows me what he's like really good at is his vision. When he can hit the holes and choose where he want to make guy miss or not. Right? I feel that Le'Veon Bell, what made Le'Veon Bell so good was he was patient, and he was a big running back. Right? He had great vision, meaning he could see where he wanted to go. If you watch Caleb Johnson's film in his highlights, you see in his film he's patient and he has like this sneaky, type of acceleration and speed that is really, not talked about as much, which I like the pick, okay? So now you got a guy that, you got another running back that actually probably is going to fit this offense, Najee Harris did a, okay job. He did really actually solid, but he was not, ever since when we got Arthur Smith, Najee was not a fit for Arthur Smith's offense, in my opinion, right? But Najee's in the Chargers now. But I'm getting a Caleb Johnson pick, a solid A minus. I mean, I like that might be my favorite pick of this draft. Okay, Caleb Johnson might be my favorite pick. I mean, the guy and then he makes football look easy. He makes it look easy when it's not, like making people miss. And then he's got this when he makes you miss. He got this type of speed to where he could end up taking that one to the house. You know what I'm saying? So I like what Caleb Johnson brings to the table. And then the next player we picked up, now this to me is where I started scratching my head, okay? Now, if anybody that's new to this channel, yes, I was one of those people to where if Shedeur fell, why not, right? Now, as a Steelers fan, I can understand, like, bro, well, y'all tired of dealing with the quarterback situation, so why would you want to get Shedeur? This is what you got to understand, the value, right? If Shedeur went to the 5th round today, which I believe the Browns took Shedeur, because I'm pretty sure they knew we were going to get him because we traded back. When the Browns took Shedeur, we ended up trading back because it was like, which again, like I said, we didn't get him, right? But I feel if Shedeur, I didn't even think Shedeur was going to fall this far, right? Shedeur falls to the 5th round, okay? 5th round. We draft Jack Sawyer with our 4th round pick, right? Because we had pick 21, 3rd round pick 83, and then we had pick 124, which is in the 4th round. Now, this Jack Sawyer kid, I haven't seen film on this guy. I haven't seen no type of highlights. I'm probably going to look, later on. But one thing I can say about this draft pick of Jack Sawyer, I was confused, okay? Now, the reason why I was confused is because the Steelers still have T.J. Watt, Alex Highsmith, Nick Herbig. They have linebackers, right? To me, this is confusing to me is because you still have, like I said, you still got pass rushers. Now, you're going to say, well, bro, is deaf. But I feel like if Shedeur, once again, this is not like all about Shedeur. I'm just saying. I look at it like this. This is when we didn't even pick Will Howard yet, right? If Shedeur is just going to keep falling what would it hurt for you to draft him with a 4th-round pick? Because it's a 4th round. This guy was projected to go in, at least 1st round, at least. If he didn't plan out, it's a 4th-round pick. When we draft Jack Sawyer, to me it was like I don't think we need another pass rusher, right? I know this guy can play the line as well, but to me, I don't think we needed a pass rusher, in my opinion. Now, this next pick also kind of confusing, but I understand it. But the reason why I'm confused and I understand the pick, so we go with Yama Black out of Iowa, pick 164, out of a defensive tackle, nose tackle, I'm pretty sure. Another guy, defensive tackle, he's a big guy, 300, 6'4", 6'5", big dude, right? I look at it, we just got Derek Harmon, right, in the 1st round. And you're in the 5th round now. Why are you double dipping at D-line? Now, before all you Steelers fans in the comment section go and say, well, bro, did you not watch the playoffs last year? Let me explain something to you, right? Yes, I saw how Derrick Henry embarrassed us on national television, right? But you know what I also saw? I saw a defense that was on the field way too much because your offense had no identity. We had no way of moving the football down the field. And I think that's what a lot of Steelers fans get confused, right? People keep saying, bro, we went defense because, we got embarrassed. But why did we get embarrassed? See, your defense, a lot of people are not fair to why our defense gets exposed. I understand why they get exposed. Because when your offense is not able to, we cannot move the ball. We can't even get a 1st down, right? Your defense is on the field having to bail you out every single week. They're tired. Eventually, they're going to be tired. Eventually. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised when you got guys missing tackles, when we ain't getting no pressure, because they're on the field way too long. I look at it like this. Our offense has to be way better. We got to be able to put up some points, okay? We have to. But after, like I said, I get why they took defensive tackle again, but it's still, like, to me, it's not just a defensive problem. We can't score points. Now, if Aaron Rodgers comes in, maybe that can change, hopefully. But as of right now, we still don't know. And with the next pick, round 6, we picked Will Howard. Now, at first, I was like, I was still in the mood, like, man, we could have Shador. But then somebody was like, nah, go look at what Will Howard can do, right? Because I'm not familiar with Will Howard, right? I'm a South Carolina fan, right? So I don't watch Ohio State like that, right? So they're like, nah, bro, go do homework on Will Howard. So I go watch some Will Howard. First of all, this guy is 6'4". When I go watch him and Will Howard, I'm starting to like what he can do because he's a big quarterback and he doesn't panic, okay? Now, people say he has an issue with staring down receivers, which you can always fix that, right? But what I like about Will Howard is he's 6'4". He can move a little bit. He stays in the pocket. He throws, you know what I'm saying? Like he has something there, right? Now, people are comparing him to Ben and Josh Allen. I'm not going to do that yet, but I can see why. If you put on Will Howard's highlights, you can see why they're giving him Josh Allen and Big Ben comparisons, right? But I'm not going to do that. Again, this guy is most likely just going to, he's going to be, if we get Aaron Rodgers, it's going to be Aaron Rodgers is going to be the starter. Mason Rudolph is going to be the backup, unless Will Howard has an incredible camp, right? And then Will Howard. I don't expect Skylar Thompson to be on the roster. I don't expect, who else do we have? But I don't expect us to keep 4 to 5 quarterbacks. Like Cleveland, Cleveland not going to keep they're not going to keep 5 quarterbacks. We're not going to worry about them right now, right? Then our next pick, we drafted Carson Bruner in the 7th round. Now, rumors was, again, I don't know if this is true or not, but the rumors are his dad is on the Steelers scout team, okay? So they're saying that's why they drafted him. Now, again, this to me was another head-scratching pick because I'm looking at it like, okay, why are we drafting a linebacker when we have Patrick Queen, when you have Peyton Wilson, you're getting Cole Holcomb back. You see what I'm saying? And who else am I missing? You got Patrick Queen, Cole Holcomb, Peyton Wilson, that's 3. There's somebody else I'm missing, Mark Robinson. I feel we didn't need a linebacker, right? But you got to look at special teams. I'm pretty sure. But again, Tyler Matakevich, is he not on the roster anymore? See what I'm saying? So I'm thinking they still got Tyler Matakevich. You ain't need a linebacker, right? To me, I felt you could have got a receiver with this pick. Because we always draft receivers, but We didn't draft any receiver this draft, right? I guess they believe in Roman Wilson, the receivers that we got, right? Which, again, if that's the case, let's see what they can do, right? I'm so happy that they did not move George Pickens in the draft. I wanted GP to stay because a lot of people got to understand. And the fact that you got some of you Steelers fans, oh my goodness, bro. Some of you Steelers fans are not Steelers fans. The things that I heard this past week about people talking about George Pickens saying, yeah, they can get a third round, trade him for a third round or a fifth. Like, are you dumb? Do you not watch the games? See, everybody knows how good George Pickens is. We ain't had no quarterback. See what I'm saying? So people look at it like, oh, his value is not that. If we get Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to tell you something right now. If we get Aaron Rodgers, don't be surprised if George Pickens have a similar year that Jamar Chase or T. Higgins might have. Because a lot of y'all don't understand. Like, y'all, that's what I'm saying. A lot of Steelers fans are highlight watchers. They don't watch the games. George Pickens this year had a good season, or you could say last year, right? I know the Cincinnati game. I'm not gonna. That's not his fault in my opinion. That was a bad coaching game because we only want to throw in the football when we start losing the game, right? It's like he was not even a part of the offense, which, like I said, it's not his fault in my opinion. I don't want to hear, oh well, he did drop some. Yeah, like notice this, and this is what I'm talking about when we talk about being fair with certain players. We want to sit here and call George Pickens out, right? But not understanding that the offense that he was in only targets him the football when they're trailing in the game. When we're winning, we don't need to do anything with him. When we start losing, now we got to throw the bomb to him. And if he doesn't catch it, see, he's not that good. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's not fair. You see what I'm saying? It's not fair, right? Then you got the cross middle we don't use, right? So I'm looking at it like this. If George Pickens has somewhat of decent quarterback play, and then he had about 6 touchdowns that got called back. You had a Denver touchdown. He had 2 against the Giants. Called both of them back. 3 of them back. Right? So, I mean, it's like, bro, if George Pickens gets just a quarterback play, decent quarterback play, y'all going to see why George Pickens to me is worth 2 first-round picks and a second. Because the guy is, 24 years old, and he can flat out. First of all, his catch rate is out of this world. You see him, obviously he's working on route running, right? All he needs is decent QB play. So, like I said, me personally, I'm so glad they did not trade him. I'm looking forward to getting a jersey. GP has become one of my favorite players on the Steelers, okay? I like how he plays. It's like he's physical. He wants to win. You know what I'm saying? He's competitive. Stuff that I like. Winning mentality. Mad when things are not going the right way. It's like I need this type of player on my team that you actually care. We win or losing games. You see what I'm saying? But let's get to the next pick. So the next pick was Dante Kent. Now I'm just the guy from Washington that we got with the linebacker. I'm guessing that was a special teams move. Probably Danny Smith. But people were saying rumor is his dad is on the scouting team, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm guessing it could be true. The next pick we got Dante Kent. Now this guy's a DB out of what college did he play? Oh, Central Michigan, right? Wait, is that Central Michigan? He played at Central Michigan, right? Yeah, Central Michigan. He's a DB, punt returner. People are saying this guy's got elite speed. He's versatile. So we'll see. I mean, it was our last pick in the 7th round. Like I said, I hope every player that they picked is a future superstar Hall of Famer. I hope. I hope all of them prove me wrong. I hope, right? But I look at the Dante Kent move as another depth piece. Special teams, right? Just somebody that you can plug in. Versatile, similar to this is really, in my opinion, the what's the dude's name? Who was number 20 that the Steelers used to have? He's not on the team anymore, but it's Cam. It's Cam's replacement. Hold on. Hold on. I know who it is. Cam Sutton. It's Cam Sutton's replacement. Yeah. So this is Cam Sutton's replacement. Okay, so I'm not mad at it. Like I said, I would like to see us try to get somewhat of a receiver just to see if there's something there. But they said, nah, we good our receiver room, right? But overall, I'm gonna give our draft about a C plus, C minus. You know, the Derek Harmon pick, the Caleb Johnson pick was really good. I didn't understand Jack Sawyer. I didn't get the Carson and the Yama Black. Okay, I mean I get it, but it's like, to me, it's not. Matter of fact, I can get the two defensive linemen. The linebackers I didn't get, because to me, we didn't need linebackers. But like I said, I hope all these guys prove me wrong and become stars and, you know, really good players for the Steelers, okay? But I'm going to give our draft a C plus, C minus, bro. I just feel like there were some players, a position that we probably didn't look like it was a need, but who knows? I could be wrong, right? But that's just my opinion. That's my thoughts on it, y'all. We'll see how these guys turn out to be. Like I said, hopefully all of them prove me wrong and, you know, just go out there and ball and, you know, make a name for themselves, right? They already got a name, but let's see if they can make a bigger name for themselves, right? But other than that, it's your boy J Mid, and we out of here, man. Appreciate y'all. Stay tuned. Got a special series coming up for y'all that y'all will probably like. I already know I'm going to like it. I already love it, actually. Y'all stay tuned. It's your boy J Mid. We signing out. We out. Peace, y'all. Hey, man, that's 2025 Steelers draft for y'all. We out, man. Appreciate y'all. We gone.